Well, I do. I'm really proud of this team. They've been through hell and high water, and I kept saying we've been practicing pretty good. We've been, I didn't see any quit in the team, and we're starting to move the ball better. We had a lot of guys. I mean, when you get Aaron and Josh, I mean, how can Josh get 16 rebounds? That's Charlie Bell, Jason Richardson type, and Aaron Henry is just becoming a man now. He's really doing a lot of different things, and they had a guard, and we kind of wore them down. I thought we got a lot out of our collection of bigs. We put a skinny guy on him. We put a 7-footer skinny guy. We put a 6'8" strong guy. We put a couple guys in the middle. We just kind of rotated guys in there, but we thought we had a decent game plan, and we were going to dig down, and we did a decent job of that. And he missed some free throws, but we missed some free throws too. So I thought Josh and Aaron, and then I thought Rocket, played a lot more like I think he can play. It was really fun to see him. He was really, really good in the huddles, and just kind of kept moving forward. I think he got a little tired, to be honest with you. And, the bigs, like I said, the other guy I was happy for was Joey Hauser. He had those 2 big threes, made those big clutch 1-and-1 free throws. He got a couple of rebounds. Joey Hauser, he too played like, I'm hoping he'll continue to grow. So when you outscore him in fast break points, you outscore him in points off turnovers. The only thing we didn't do a good job of was the second chance points, and he's a man child. They missed some free throws, but like I said, we missed 3 front ends of a 1-and-1, and we missed some free throws. We rebounded decent with him, especially considering we had such a small lineup in there at times when we were in so much foul trouble. So happy to get a win, big win, because it was against I think a very quality team who's been on a 7-game win streak. And take your questions.
We'll start with a question from Justin Rose.
Tom, Josh just told us that there's no time to pat ourselves on the back. Got a big one coming. That's got to feel pretty good after the street fight, that they're not looking back at that when they're already looking ahead.
Street fight, that's a good way to put it. And, we had an alum that was down there, and the first thing he said to me, it looked like our street fighting days, and I would say we did a better job of competing. But I think, even Gabe, you don't realize his size in there created some issues. He missed some shots, but him and Josh coming back now and looking more like the players that we thought they'd be, I think is very encouraging. And I think Joshua has become one of our best leaders. And every day he works with Rocket. He was in watching film with him. He's spending time with Aaron. He's calling people out. Josh is, to think that in October, we didn't think he could even play. In November, we were hoping to get 15 minutes a game out of him. Some of the blocks he had tonight, I mean, I was really impressed with Josh myself. So if he said that, I'm right with him.
Next, we'll go to Matt Charbonneau.
Tom, a little more on the energy and the emotion these guys played with tonight. You see guys like the freshmen not backing down from guys, and you see them getting on the floor. Was that a lot? Were they taking a lot of that lead from Josh the way he was all over? Is it just kind of this team realizing it's all on the line now at this point? They're starting to play with that fire, that burn, I guess.
Yeah, and I think Marty and Josh and we had 3 or 4 guys, with it in the middle of the season, and I think there's just more energy with them. I mean, I think there's more confidence with them. And Gabe and Josh, I mean, they're 6'5", 6'7". They give us a lot on that wing, and we didn't have that. We didn't have the energy. Then you lose some games, and you lose some, and no fans, and so we haven't done anything yet, but we have played better in all but the Iowa game in the last 4 or 5 games. Long way to go yet. We all know that. Tough task ahead with another game against Ohio State, who's been off since Sunday. But at the same time, I keep saying great opportunities. And we're going to have to do a really good job tonight and tomorrow, whatever we do in practice. and probably a better job subbing on Thursday and trying to, just save some bodies. But it's going to be fun. What I really enjoyed is my staff did a hell of a job, I thought, in the scouting report. And I thought we followed the scouting report. And that was one thing that we really preached before the game. I think the last game we won at Indiana helped. Everybody's got to get confidence in everybody. And, so for 2 nights now, we're better, and we're going to see if we can keep building on that.
Next, we'll go to Lindsey Huddleston.
Hey, Tom, great win. You always talk about Brad Underwood and your healthy respect for him, and I'm sure he prepared his team. But speaking of scouting reports, do you think this highly ranked team came in, focused more on your record and forgot about your trophy case?
I don't know, Lindsey, I doubt it. I mean, he's like I said, he's a very good coach, and his teams play hard and tough too. And I don't know if maybe it hurt now that we've kind of figured out where we are in everybody's games in the Big Ten, and because some teams aren't going to play all their games and some are, maybe they realize they probably have little chance to win the league. And I don't know if that had an effect, but this is a very good team. We did a pretty good job against a very good team. Aho, I think we if you can say you contained him when he scores 17 points, but I thought we did a decent job not letting him get to his right and the things we wanted to do in the scouting report. I thought we did a hell of a job of it. So I don't know, Brad, they'll bounce back. I mean, this team's going to win a lot of games. They're every bit as capable of going to a Final Four as some of the other 3-4 teams in the top of our league. And so it'll be interesting to see how he feels. I'm sure I'll talk to him the next day or two since we don't play again.
Thanks.
Next, we'll go to Brendan Quinn.
Hey, Tom. From January into February, Josh had like a 6-game stretch where he was like 32% shooting from the field. And I just wonder if what you're seeing these last couple games, has there been an adjustment? Are you working on efficiency or is the ball just going in?
Well, I don't know how to say this, because it's one thing that bothers me with all this stuff is, when they look at teams and they talk about, are they healthy or not, it's usually injuries. But Josh, when he came back, I want to say he was 5 for 18, 4 for 16, and something else. And it was those 3 games in that period really hurt him and hurt us, to be honest with you, but we had nothing we could do. And then Gabe came back and gave him a little more. Plus then he was over it for 2-3 weeks. And I just think, to be honest with you, he's healthier. I think Gabe's a little healthier. And this is the healthiest this team has been in 2 months, month and a half. So I think a lot of it is that. I really do. I mean, when he came off that, boy, it was, as I said, it's different for everybody. 17 days off. I said it was going to take 25 or more, and it took every bit of that. But he's playing with some energy now. He's playing with some hop in his legs. I've never seen him rebound and block shots like this, even when he was a freshman. So I give him a lot of credit, because nobody's been through more than Josh Langford, and just happy that he played so well and he's leading so well. He's doing a hell of a job leading this team.
Next, we'll go to Chris Solari.
Hey, Tom, kind of 2 separate thoughts here. First, that when you got down the stretch and you started running out of big men, as one by one they filed out there. I mean, what goes through your mind at that point? I mean, to put Hauser in that spot, and how do you think that worked out with the smaller lineup when they had to go shooters?
It was Hauser and my son Steven. I wanted to see if he could draw a charge on that big monster, because that guy is a hell of a player. But, Joey, I mean, they had different lineups in there too. We played Joey some against Cockburn, but not a lot. We were rotating people in there, and we were running out of people. There's no question. We're down to him and Malik, and Joey had played pretty well. And, Malik still went in there and, gave us 5 minutes. You say, what's that 5 minutes? Well, I made a couple big switches. So, where did it end up? I don't know. I mean, we can go a lot of different ways with this lineup. I thought we did play our guards, Aaron 39 minutes, and, Gabe Brown played 32, and Joshua played 36 and Rocket 31. So, you know, that's not going to be able to be the way it's going to be the next couple of games. There's just too many games in such a short period of time. So these other guys are going to have to step up. You know, I don't know if you guys saw it, if you got monitors. I really didn't see the Mahdi thing, but man, of all the people to get a flagrant, I mean, he's the nicest kid in America. So I don't know what happened there, but that hurt us too, because he only had 2 or 3 fouls at the time.
And from a physical nature of this game, particularly on the defensive side at the outset, it seemed like a tone setter for you guys.
I'm sorry?
The defensive side, the physical nature early, it seemed like it set the tone for what this game would be.
No question. I mean, we did talk about that a lot. You know, I talked about that a lot with my former guys. You know, Mateen, I must talk to him 10 times in the last 3 weeks about that. David Thomas, you know, in my office about we have to get our culture back a little bit. Some of it is the physical nature of our guys. Some of it is, you know, like I said, Marty was making progress. The poor kid's 218 pounds now. You know, he was 230 something. And that's, you know, I mean, Cockburn they list him at 285. I'm telling you, he's 300 pounds. And so that makes a difference. And we kind of ganged up on him and did a decent job. But I thought we did play more physical. I thought we got after the ball on the floor more. For whatever reason, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't think it's they're more hungry now than they were. I think they're more healthy now than they were. And they, you know, have gone through a tough time and kept their head above water, kept practicing. Last week, we had a bunch of guys come in a lot more. We really kind of hit on all those things. I come in the other night, Josh is watching film with Rocket. I mean, those are the little things that bring smiles to a coach's face. And then when guys have been struggling like Rocket or like Joey, and they come back and make big plays, that's great, especially at this time of year.
Next, we'll go to Audrey Dahlgren.
Hey, Tom, you've been waiting for Rocket to kind of take flight. So to see him have a performance like he did tonight against a team of this magnitude, what did you say to him too as well when you put your arm around him as you walked off the floor?
You know what? I just told him I was proud of him because it's been hard on him. And I told you, some of that's been my fault. You know, I completely, but some of it, you know, he's still a couple times early, maybe just got a little out of control, but he's getting better at it every day. And what I loved, and this is the only thing I've asked of him, comes to the huddle and said, that was my fault. Then I know he knows he made a mistake. And hey, no problem. You know, and I told him I was proud of the fact that he's been spending more time, that he's working harder, and that I thought he did a pretty good job defensively. We had him on a-hole a lot. And, but he ran our team. You know, he got tired though. That was the one thing where Aaron and I think Joshua you can tell they're a little stronger, a little older. You know, Rock got tired, and so we're gonna have to watch that and see what we can do with that.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Graham Couch.
Tom, you guys look more connected than
That's the
second
word.
half.
Don't say no more. That was the battle cry for the last 2 weeks, about being more connected. And that was one thing that as we left the huddle, it was on my sheet, you know, defensively and offensively more connected. Joshua said that in the huddle. I'll let you ask the rest of the question, but it's hard to believe that you are right on the money. That was the number one goal of the last week and a half. So go ahead.
Well, I'm just wondering if you had to pinpoint why that's happened and where if you could piece within your
team. I think
team.
Leadership has been a part of it. I think, you know, we're asking Aaron to do everything. And when Josh got healthier, he just kind of took on that role even more so. And he really warmed up to the guys, you know, the Joeys that we know we need, and Malik's and also Rocket. I mean, I give Josh a lot of credit for Rocket too. You know, my staff, everybody spent time with him, but I think Joshua took him into the gym and spent time with him. And boy, I like the way, you know, Rocket, I wish you would have been in the huddles with a just completely different kid, and wasn't so uptight about things, and could take some criticism, could take some positive stuff. He was talking to the other players. You know what? There's a process, guys. And, you know, he's a sophomore, but he's a freshman in the position he's playing. And I just think he's making some progress, and that's kind of the way it's supposed to be.
You found things late in seasons before this lineup, again, with it's Gabe Brown and Rocket and Aaron and Josh all playing 30 minutes or more, 2 straight games. Is this something that is sort of the crux of everything that is going to be the rest of the way?
I think you got to look at some of these teams are playing that way too, and they came in with 4 guards and Tarzan. And so I think that led to some of it. And, but, we were trying to get Malik and Joey back on track too. That led to some of it. And Gabe is healthy, back where he couldn't have done that a week ago. He couldn't have played that many minutes, forget how he played. And so I think it's a combination of things. And will I stick with it? Different teams present different problems. But I do think now we have some versatility where we can go a couple different ways, and that's kind of what we'll try to do.
Thanks.
We'll go to Larry Lage.
Hey, Tom, when you started this NCAA tournament run, your team was known for toughness. If you're able to extend the streak with a win like this, Frazier said you guys punched them in the mouth and they didn't have anything to do with it. To kind of get back to your roots, to maybe extend this, what would that mean to you?
It would mean that the only thing I'm worried about, Larry, is Thursday. I have no, I listen to so many things out there, and seems like, I don't have any idea what's going to happen with that. I know we still got to win a bunch of games, and do I think we're capable? Do I think we, those 1 or 2 tough losses, Purdue at home is going to probably haunt me, but I can't worry about it anymore. I just got to do what we got to do. But as I told my team, it's just going to be one game at a time. And it sounds so cliche, but that's all we can do, especially with the number of games we're playing in this small period of time. But I do think, the way we played, we out rebounded Indiana by a decent amount. We got out rebounded by 5, but I thought there were a lot of loose balls we didn't get on the floor, and that was a little disappointing. But I thought for the most part, man, we fought and scrapped, and that's all you can ask of a team. And I'm pleased because most of them deleted their Twitter accounts, and so that makes me happy, and that alone, God, I'm so happy about that. But they've been through a lot, and I said I took the blame for some of it. Some people thought it was humility. It wasn't humility. I wasn't trying to cover up. We all had to do a better job, but we're all placed in a tough situation. They fought through it. And that's what I told them. If you can learn to fight through this, the rest of your life will be a piece of cake. Because I don't expect we're ever going to have a pandemic like this, a season like this, with the conference as good as the teams we have. Just was a hell of a game for us tonight. And I thought we played pretty solid from the start to the finish. And we haven't done that a lot.
All right, we have 2 final quick ones to wrap up. We'll start with Rico Cooney and end with Jack Ebling. Rico?
Hey, Tom. Kids at this level always talk about accountability. I'm accountable. I want to be accountable. So you look at what Josh did tonight with the 16 boards. It sounds like to me to be the epitome of accountability.
Well, when you say kids these days want to be accountable, I was going to ask you if you fell asleep or something, because most kids don't want to be held accountable. Joshua Langford wants to be held accountable, and Joshua Langford's starting to hold other people accountable. In meetings, he's actually called people out. It's so different than the guy I knew for 4 years, and it's beautiful. But you're damn right, he held himself accountable. He said, I'm going to do what I got to do. He said that in practice. He said it in the games. He said it coming in the morning shooting. He brings tears to my eyes, because I know I'm one of the few people that knows 3/4 of what he's been through. Not everything, but I know what he's been through. I know how he felt. I almost had to beg. Me and his dad almost had to beg for him to come back, because he just had it, and man, it's good when a guy can do that, reach down, and who knows where this is going to take him. But he's a good basketball player, and if he can stay healthy, I think he has basketball left in his life. So So he's an accountable guy, Rico. I'm not sure when you say all kids want to be held accountable. Yeah.
Thanks.
We'll wrap with Jack Ebling.
Tom, in the Big Ten tournament, teams have to play 3, 4, 5 straight days, and you've won a lot of games on a one-day prep. With the confidence and the new connectivity that these guys have, might they be better off? They just keep playing Thursday night?
Keep playing Thursday night?
Just keep going.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to just keep going. I mean, we can play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if we can keep going. I mean, I'm not complaining about it. I'm the one that wanted to play the games. You know, I said, you know what, schedule as many games as you can. These guys want to play games. And so, you know, I didn't think it'd be against, you know, 5, 4, and 2 against 3, but, and the other 2 are probably NCAA tournament teams. But as I said to you before, you know, that is an opportunity, and it is I'm just happy for my whole group, because a lot of people, you know, I don't know where we're going to go, and I don't know what we're going to do, but I did kind of resent that. I thought people thought they were just kind of quitting, and there was never that. I said that in press conference after press conference. So, you know, now they get a couple wins. They played a little better, but the road doesn't get any easier, guys, because Thursday will be here before you know it, and then we're off to, I think, Maryland, and I don't even know after that. But we're going to do now is told them to go get some rest. We're going to go home. We're going to go to work here on Ohio State, and then I'm going to try to figure out how to handle tomorrow. It'll be very ginger as far as physical, but it'll be very strenuous as far as mental. And the nice thing is we did play them a couple weeks ago, unlike some of these teams when we're playing them for the first time. But we'll get a lot done tonight. We'll get a lot done tomorrow. Ohio State is really good too. I mean, and they're playing, you know, really good. I didn't see all the Michigan-Ohio State game. I heard it was a hell of a game. I have a lot of respect for what Ohio State's done. But I don't know. If we play our best, I mean, we got a chance, and that's all you can ask for. So if it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Jack, let's lace them up. Let's do it. I'm ready. I guess I'd close, Matt, by giving you a little bit of my thoughts on Ohio State, even though it's not in my, I know we're not going to have a press conference, and I apologize sort of, but the one day get so much stuff going on tomorrow. So I'll make this my press conference. If you got a couple questions, I'd even answer them. But Ohio State, you know, Washington and Liddell have just been playing out of their minds. Another former player's brother, you know, like the kid from Wisconsin, you know, Ohio State's got a shooter that's Arns is out of this world. He's making a lot of shots. I guess he didn't shoot it as well the other night. Young was a kid we recruited, tough kid. The point guard, I really like Baker. He's coming into his own. You know, he was hurt early in the year, and he's starting to really play better. This is a very well, Syrian, I think his name is, number 14. He's one of my favorite players in the league. He's just tough as nails. He can play 4 positions. So, you know, it'll be I think we'll match up with him, but we're going to have to play our best. And I'm looking forward to it. So if you got a question or two on them, I'll try to answer. It's not been on my mind, but I did play him just 2 weeks ago or the end.
Yeah, we have 2 questions on Ohio State from Chris and then Brendan to wrap us.
Yeah, it kind of goes along with this game and their game against Michigan. When you've got 2 teams that have come off emotional games, when you get that rematch, I guess first, you know, can you sustain that kind of level of play for long term? And secondly, having played them, how much does it help you with that quick prep turn?
It helps us a little bit, but it helps them more. They've been off since Sunday, you know, and they have the same time. But, you know, emotionally at this time of year, hey, you know, I told my guys that, you know, we had some time off. We had 20 days off. And, you know, it is what it is. And there's other teams going through it. And we're not going to worry about that. There'll be no excuse about that. It really won't be. I mean, is it going to be tough? Are you kidding me? You know, especially the teams we play. I mean, we must have the toughest schedule left, but lot of teams are going to have tough schedule because there's so many damn good teams in the league. But I don't think there'll be an emotional letdown because I think our guys, I think just the opposite. I think we're a little fired up about how we're playing lately, and not just these 2 games, but how we've been playing. And I think the guys feel a little good about themselves, not cocky. They've been knocked down to the deepest. They've been tormented on Twitter. They've gone through all that stuff. So not cocky, but I do think they're excited to see the ball go in the hole. The ball goes in the hole because the ball is moving more, getting more connected, as you talked about. I mean, it was a very good observation. That is the battle cry. Getting a little tougher, helps. All those things are going to help, and we just got to keep grinding.
Brendan?
Do you, I imagine you kind of feel like you're probably playing the same version of Ohio State. It's very similar. Do you feel like Ohio State's playing a different version of you between having Gabe and between some of these lineups that you've found here in the last couple games?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we're probably a little different. Because we made some shots. I think Josh was 5 for 18 or something against them last time. So you're not going to win many games with that going on. I think Aaron's a better player. Lineups changes is one thing, but I think some of our key players are playing at a different level too. And, they've got some guys. Washington's played very well. Liddell has played extremely well. I mean, and as I said, the other kid, I think, is the glue to their whole team. So him and Young. So it's a very good team. They bring in a lot of 6'6" guys, strong, tough kids. They got experience. They got some 4th and 5th year grads transfers. It's going to be fun. I mean, what an opportunity. We won 2 in a row. It's been a tough year. We get a home game against one of the best teams in the whole country. That is an opportunity. I told my players before the game, this is why you came here. I said, you're going to play the best people. And I'm usually talking about our non-conference schedule, and Shazam, this year we're playing our non-conference schedule in any year would be nothing compared to the conference season this year, and especially the teams we've had to play. So I'm looking forward to it, to be honest with you. I have great respect for Chris, his program, but I'm feeling a little bit of that this team is starting to buy in a little bit more. But as I said, don't think that's just a turn on, turn off. They've been through a lot more than most teams. When you have all those guys sick and coming up, I'm not going to make an excuse, but I'm not going to let anybody act like it's nothing, because it is something. And Gabe and Josh are 2 prime examples, to be very honest with you. So is Sasha at Purdue and some of the guys at Penn State. So.
All right, Coach, appreciate your time.